I got a package. I got a particularly cool package from eBay. It's an Olympus OM10. It's a film camera. How do you... Oh, that's how the lens comes off. Okay, so we found the lens release button. I assume we line it up like that. Okay, so that's that. Oh, the aperture ring's on the front. And I bought this for fun. And also I have these. So this roll is a Porta 160. This is a colour film negative. 35mm 36 exposure. Film, you know, standard stuff. This is a roll of T-Max 400. I was originally going to buy Tri-X, but unfortunately due to reasons outside my control, the shop was out of stock. The guy even packaged the strap. That looks like, that's like ribbed. It's ribbed for my pleasure. Although I don't think that will feel very pleasurable on the back of my neck. Probably depends which neck. Let's get a look at this. This is really cool. How to load the film. I'll have to look up how to do that. Ways of taking blank shots. Yes. No. The way to automatic photography. So we've got our ISO setting here. So we set that to the ISO of the film. It appears to have a lock on it. Ah yes. So that's auto. And it's in manual. Maybe you lift it, push it down into it. I don't know how to twist this thing. This is, I think if you lift this up, it unlatches the camera door. The door. Why won't you open? A few specs in the viewfinder I can see, but nothing too bad. Winder smooth. This is missing something. The shutter release isn't great here. So yeah, winder up. Oh, hang on. Why won't you move? Probably because there's no film in it. Manual adapter. I don't understand what this is. Okay, so I figured out how to use this camera. It's pretty straightforward. The main issue was that there was no batteries in it, so of course things like the shutter and all the latches and all weren't working properly. But it's working now, so I just switch her on, cock the shutter, point it at something, and it works. It's pretty good. It works really well. Got our focus, got our ISO dial. Figured out that this here is actually for screwing for a cable release, and it's the way the shutter button is meant to be. Although it would be nice if there's a little screw-on cap there. But also figured out how to open the film door. You just pull down on this, and you pull it down a little harder because that's a spring-loaded end section, and that unlatches the film door. If we cock it, we fire it, you'll see it move. That's pretty neat. The focusing system is actually really interesting on this camera because it has this like circle with two semicircles, and the image isn't actually lined up. So as you focus it, the images line up and you get these perfect straight lines, and then I'm assuming it's in focus at that point because that's what the manual says. But it's a really interesting kind of focus system, and it does work. So overall, pretty cool. However, there's one last thing I found out about what this camera came with. And that is one of these. It's a manual adapter. And it goes here next on the left hand side of the camera. So just pop that on. Now what this does is, so when we set that and then we put it in manual mode by moving the toggle down, cock it, this will take a 1 second exposure. But we can then turn up the shutter speed. So this is basically a shutter speed control, allowing you to take completely manual pictures. All I gotta do now is load one of my canisters of film and go out and do some shooting. down to the Dublin Docklands and shot a roll of that Kodak Porta 160. And I was very surprised by how the pictures came out, as you've seen in the video, because, make sure the negatives don't fall out of the packet, I actually have the negatives developed here, and it's pretty sweet having your own analog film negatives, because I'd never shot on 35mm film in terms of like an SLR. I'd always used disposable cameras because that's what we had back then. I'd never had the chance to use one of these, and it was a delight to use. While I was researching the different film types and stuff to use, I found a load of people who were talking about film as this pure art form, and digital photography will never match film photography, and using a manual camera you get the essence of photography on film, and getting it all hippy-dippy nonsense is what I'd assumed, and I was right. It is all hippy-dippy crap. Shooting on film was a great experience. It had a certain tactileness, but it's just a tool. This is a tool. Same as the camera I'm shooting on, the Sony a7 III. It's a tool. Digital, analog, different tools, different situations. And it's pretty good. I've actually loaded my second load of film in here. I'm currently 23 shots in for a barbecue, and everyone really liked the film camera. When I point the big digital camera, everyone's just like, kind of shrinking away, but you point the film camera, everyone's like, yeah, film, and I get really like excited about it, which was a bit weird, but whatever. It got some good pictures, I hope. We'll see how one of these turn out. I did have some alcohol in me while I was recording these, so I don't quite know how they're going to turn out. Overall, will I use film again? Absolutely, because it's kind of awesome. Like, if you pull out some of these negatives here, they just look so cool having negatives. Like, we've piles of these negatives at home from getting old disposables developed. The only issue I have is that the scans I got of these weren't very good, and I did want to pay extra for the high-res scanning because I didn't want to pay extra. It was €9 to get a roll of film developed. So if we're going to shoot more film, I'm definitely going to have to go out and get a developing kit, buy the chemicals, mix them up, set up a dark room or use a light bag. So that's it. Film is a pretty cool tool to use. I'd highly recommend using it, and I'll see you next time.